Hi, Pisces rising sign. Here is your weekly forecast, and we are starting on the 23rd of February until the 1st of March. So we are through the eclipse season. Well, the first eclipse, right? But it might look like we are through, but actually we are not. The reason being is because Mars and Uranus square is going to get activated this week. So, for many of us, we might not have felt anything in the eclipse during the eclipse days, but Mars and Uranus should bring up something. But do let me know how you feel about the eclipse and then how you have been affected you. I mean, I did make a 2.5 hour long webinar for my members in regards to this eclipse. So if you would like to check it out, the good news is that my membership program is half price off for the first month. And this might give you the opportunity to check out, my teaching styles and so forth, and then you can decide after whether you would like to carry on or not. But Pisces, the most active part of your chart this week is actually the very first house, which is you. So you are super active this week. And to start with, the first house is about the body. Now, why it is so active is because you have got Atlantis and Niobe entering your first house, the Sun, the North Node conjunction, Venus and Mercury conjunction. So you are the focal point. Everyone is paying attention to you. You should be paying attention to yourself as well. So this is about the total rebrand of your soul as well. Now, the Sun and North Node happening on Gemini, what it actually demands you to tell a story about yourself. And maybe there is a lost knowledge here with Atlantis, which is inside you, and then you have to be able to verbalize that. And you're going to have to be able to share this story with others. Yes, there is a bit of a shock happening with that Mars and Uranus square, which we're going to be talking about a lot more in detail. But, Mars is in the 12th, and then Uranus is in the third house. So this could be a psychic hit. It could be an unexpected news. And that could be disrupting your peace. Not to mention that we have got the out of bound moon as well this week. And maybe these are, again, certain type of intuitive hits, and you should be listening to your intuition. But let's start with the Sun and North Node conjunction. Because I would say that this might be your day, actually. It's in your house, so this is a good day to like do a total reset. Maybe you realize that my personal story is actually a story that I can share with others, or it's my personal narratives that I actually can rewrite. And maybe you are grieving something here, or the lost knowledge that is coming to you is a little bit overwhelming. It might be not necessarily a knowledge, but something that we remember about ourselves or about others. And then maybe it brings kind of like tears into your eyes. Or you might be getting kind of like a little bit of a sobby message from someone, or a piece of news about someone, and then it makes you a little bit sad. And that would be Mercury and Venus conjunction, because Mercury is a message and Venus is a loved one. Also, talking about Venus, Venus is actually making a sextile to Juno, and Juno is actually in your 11th house. So, Venus in your first house is making you more magnetic. And it makes that conjunction to Mercury, the ruler of your relationship department. Juno is a relationship, so you can actually attract someone. Someone might be coming back into your life. Maybe someone who is actually offering a seat at a table, for example, at a community. Or maybe someone who wants to come back into your life because they have got that unfinished business with you. You might be committing to a long-term project, for example, That can also be seen from the Sun and North Node conjunction as well, that you are stepping on a new path. Or maybe a friend who proves their loyalty to you. Maybe it's just giving you certain type of a support, or when you're navigating through some rough waters, because it looks like emotions might be flooding through you this week, then they are there and then they're giving you a shoulder. We also have got a Ceres and Chiron conjunction happening as well this week, which is all in your second house. There's a poverty wound there. There is a lack of self-worth there, which you are meant to heal. And maybe you realize that you deserve to be fed in a way, simply because I exist, simply because I've got the right to exist. And maybe you are even finding brave ways to make money that might involve certain type of cooking, healing, nurturing, but you do that in an Aries style. And that could be sport-related matters. That could be, that it's brave, first of all, and then I jump into it. Just watch out that you don't burn out. Or you might be cutting the cords on a financial drain, and you making a choice, or you make a choice regarding that I'm not a toddler anymore. I'm not so small anymore, you know. So it's more about I choose my survival over the sinking ship, which is Atlantis and Niobe. Like Niobe is, it's about grief and sorrow and pride, and Atlantis is it's a sinking ship. Um, Now that Chiron and Ceres conjunction is ruled by Mars. And while they are having a conjunction, we do have got the square getting activated as well. So don't get shocked if you have got some sleepless nights or hidden thoughts or secrets leaks into your local community. You get kind of a gossip from a sibling, a neighbor, and so forth, even a friend of yours. But this is about spiritual downloads as well. And this is also about me wanting to alienate others, and I want to be focusing on myself a little bit. Or your intuition is screaming. And then you can see the future a lot better, but it can, of course, become very scary as well at the same time. Now, with that Niobe, it's being proud of who I am. It's being proud of what I have achieved. It's about you being special. Or you can become the martyr, or you can become proud of your spiritual gifts. So with Niobe in your first house, you are a bit of a weeping rock. Maybe you are a weeping rock because your masks has been stripped off. And that is basically the total ego dissolution. Um, We have got an out of bound moon this week as well, almost the entire week. And that starts in your third house and then it finishes in your fifth house. So with the third house, what's interesting is it goes out of bound around Uranus. So that could become quite erratic communication there. We can really get into an argument with the neighbor, siblings, even the mother as well. Or you can get sudden news out of the blue, that could look very weird, also kind of like destined as well at the same time. Now, this is the 23rd and the 24th. Then it moves into Gemini, which is your fourth house. So we might have to be making a choice about a move. Or we decide that I want to be living between two places. Or I have to be dealing with two kind of different stories coming from my family members. It could create a bit of a drama at home, basically. And then Moon finishes its out of bound journey in your fifth house. And this is hypersensitive, especially connected to Jupiter as well. But this is about you wearing your heart on your sleeve. but also it's about fertility too. So let's get pregnant, let's give birth to a creative project, let's express ourselves emotionally. And sometimes it is asking us to be raw, vulnerable, but at the same time, something, the creation of beautiful as well. Now, finally, let's just talk about the Atlantis a little bit more. Because I said Atlantis is discovering something that is lost. It's a sinking ship. So you have to be rediscovering of who you are. You know, it's kind of like the sunken version of yourself is finally rising back to the surface. You are kind of like coming out of this fog. Yes, your body can become super sensitive with this. You can become overwhelmed by the world's energy. It's kind of like you're a psychic sponge right now. So also think about how you are going to be protecting yourself. But what if I became the leader of certain type of a spiritual knowledge? It's about not hiding my talent anymore. It's time to lead with compassion and following my heart desire. So, of course, the overall energy is really dragging out our own attention to the first house. This is because the first house is getting activated, especially with Mercury and Venus. This is about having a bit of a get together with friends, making a new chapter in your love life as well. So let's be sociable. Let's make ourselves visible, basically. And when you put yourself out there, you can actually attract some great luck into your life as well. It's about you using your charisma, nerve, and talent, and specialness, and so forth. So, yeah, that's what I would have liked to, or I would have liked, yes, to share with you for the week ahead. So, good luck, Pisces, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye bye.